Oftentimes, jilted exes threaten to expose nude photos on the internet out of spite. Women are usually the victims of such disgusting behavior, yet recently, a 17-year-old male teenager in Michigan killed himself 6 hours after blackmailers threatened to release a naked picture of him. The blackmailers had set up a fake Twitter profile posing as an attractive girl and began speaking to him before sending a naked photo of the girl to the teenager. DeMay, thinking he was engaging with another teenager, sent a nude photo of himself back to the girl. But then the girl demanded $300 or she would release the photos publicly, police said. But even after he paid the $300 to the blackmailers, they reportedly demanded more and asked for $1,000 for the teenagers. According to the local sheriffs, of course, the teenager couldn't pay, and he told them, "You win, I'm going to kill myself." The criminals responded with, "Go for it." Unfortunately, the teenager committed suicide shortly after the exchange. The internet has created a new wave of criminals and classifications for new crimes. Let's learn about sextortion. To give us an overview of this addendum to revenge porn, we have Carrie Pescarello, CEO and co-founder of Global Secure Resources Incorporated. Carrie is a speaker and author who is a victim advocate that took her overseas experience with the private sector and State Department and turned it into a platform to help others navigate safety online. Carrie, please help women remain safe by offering insight into sextortion. What do we need to do to avoid it?
Thank you so much for having me today on the Feisty. I'm so thrilled to be here. But yes, strategizing your safety for women is critical. And one of the things that we see, especially now with so many people on the dating websites, is sextortion and other forms of abuse that happen online and in person. So one of the most important things for us to do is to really strategize our safety with strategies, tools, and techniques. And this is what is in my presentation and programs for women. I have a perfect example for you. So there was a group of women who were online dating, and they hooked up with some men that were over in another country. And they developed this relationship, and it was months. Typically, these types of romance scams will be 2 to 3 months. What happened was the person, showered this person with lovely messages, how much they love them. And there was even a marriage proposal in the works. And, they were inviting the woman to come to their country, to live in their mansion. It was going to be a beautiful life. And then they asked for a topless picture. These women sent the topless picture. The next email that came was $10,000, or this is going to the place of your business. This is going to your family. This is going to your children. This is going to your church, because they had already developed all this intel on the person they were dating, right? And so all of these women went to the local police department and they said, "What can we do? We're being blackmailed." And the police station said, "You have to call the American embassy in the country where these calls were coming from." Of course, the women did. The regional security officer, unfortunately, had to tell them there was nothing he could do. So the point of our strategizing your safety is we have to make sure that anytime we're giving up any type of picture that's inappropriate in our mind, that it can become public. And we have to make sure that we're owning whatever picture we take, and we're not going to be blackmailed by anybody. Because what happens when somebody blackmails you, they'll ask for $10,000. You give it, they'll ask for another $10,000. And it keeps going. There's no stopping it until the picture's released. So we want to make sure that we're going to eliminate that issue. We're only going to be taking pictures that we can own and say, "Yep, that's me," and we'll never be blackmailed.
Wow, being bold enough to own up to the photos and not allowing any criminal to have the power to shame you is the best recourse for sextortion. Thank you so much, Carrie, for this awesome wisdom for women.